Hi Lawson. As you know, we've had a change of plan with your car now. I've got a piece of chassis rear end that we were going to use to do the repairs on yours, and by the time we'd had it sandblasted and had a proper really good look around it, it wasn't looking too sharp. There were a few areas that were quite pitted, and I think would have wound up doing quite a few repairs to it to have made it good enough to use. So it would have got pretty expensive, and I also don't think it would have given you quite as good a job as I would like. So we've abandoned that idea, and we're going to use this chassis here instead. Now this is one off a 74 that we've been doing a few mods to make it look like a 68 chassis before it goes to the sandblasters. There's a few bits that need dealing with. We've got a body mount there that's rotten. There's also a little bit in the end of this chassis rail and a little bit around the rear body mount, rear trailing arm pocket. We've already cut the outer piece off this so the sandblaster can hit this hard. We've also taken the end plates out of the chassis so we can hit in there as well, and then when it comes back we'll replace this little end piece of the chassis frame rail. We'll replace this section of trailing arm pocket, replace that bit of body mount. That's all very, very straightforward stuff. We've also removed the chassis gussets that go down in that corner on both sides to give the sandblaster better access. There's a little hole, I can't remember where it was now, I think on this side, yeah, just a little one in there that we need to fix, and a 68 wouldn't have had these supports in here, so we've cut those off again to give us access into here to do the repairs, and then when this comes back we'll grind these bits of leftover weld off there and make that nice and smooth to make it look more a la 68 as well. The big plus about this one is, with it being off an automatic car, the cross member is removable, so that will make life a lot easier for your 5-speed should the transmission ever need to come out for any reason. It can just be dropped out from underneath, whereas normally with a 5-speed transmission it's an engine out job to do anything, so clutch replacement or whatever is a fairly major task with them, whereas this will make it a breeze. So that, it's all for the good. We've also removed the front frame horn inners from in there, so the sandblaster can get in there and really give it a good clean out, because we've got to change the front frame horns. They're different on a 68, so we need to put earlier ones in, and that's that. So hindsight is a wonderful thing. We maybe should have gone this way round to start with, but trying to keep the chassis that you had and sort of keep the repairs to a sensible level, but it just wasn't going to work, so we've gone this route instead, and that's where we're at. So that is going to go next week and be sandblasted. Give you a quick whiz around. I think you've seen the engine. We've got the 72 over there that's had a body off, and that's running now, and that moved under its own steam for the first time about an hour ago, so that was quite something. Hasn't been driven for years and years, that car, and I just backed it off one ramp and onto another. Got the 66 there that's just been painted, and Ron is in the process of taking the dashboard out so we can redo the paint on the dash and make that a bit nicer. What else? I think you've seen all this stuff. A 72 chassis that's just been done, and got his new wheels and tyres sat there. Your new wheels are back here now, and they've been put away, so they look exactly the same as the old ones, but just obviously a lot fresher and without the knackered bolt holes, so it's all good. Anyway, that's what you're going to wind up with fairly shortly. So there you are. Anyway, I just thought I'd get a bit of video for you, and I'll put this on the line and then you can have a look-see. Take care all.